Hey, travel creators, welcome back to another episode. I'm bringing you some juicy AI prompts for my fellow travel friends. And if you're new to the show, my name is Laura. I am a content developer for travel creators, and I basically take the overwhelm out of their lives and bring them marketing advice without the BS to help you trade your content time for travel time. And today we're going to be talking about some AI prompts that I've tested, to see how can we use AI in unique ways in the travel creator space. And like I said, I tried these out myself and I was actually pleased enough with how they worked out to share them with you. And I'm so excited. I can't wait to hear what you think about it. So let's get into it. Okay, the first prompt I have for you is if you want to learn more from your audience about what they want to see from you. So a lot of the times I feel like creators spend time wondering, what the heck do people even want to see from me? Well, AI is a great tool to help you figure that out. So one of the best skills that I have learned is the power of asking. And especially if you are just trying to get market research done and figure out what does my audience really even want? And how can I help them do that? And you just tell people, I don't have anything to sell you right now. I just want your opinion. They will give it to you. So you can use AI to create a survey to ask them about what they want to see, hear, or learn from you. And then it's one less thing that you have to guess about. Okay, so here is the prompt. And before, by the way, I know that you're listening to this, and I don't expect you to be remembering all of these prompts. So what I've done for you is create a lovely PDF of the prompts so you can copy and paste them in and get to work. And you can find that linked in the show notes for you. So the first prompt, like I said, we're trying to understand what our target audience even wants to learn from you. Here we go. And by the way, I'm using hypotheticals here. So I just put in examples, and then you can take away from those examples and substitute in my examples with what is actually true in your niche. So I am a travel creator who specializes in creating budget-friendly Europe backpacking content. I typically share content about X, Y, and Z. My last 3 posts were about A, B, and C. Write a survey that I can send to a few of my followers asking them what kind of content they want to see from me in the future. Write 5 to 7 objective, close-ended questions. Add 1 subjective question to get their feedback. Now, what you're probably wondering is, does it matter what AI chatbot I use? And to that, I will say no. I would say find one that you like to use. I like pi.ai. I think it's just pi. I think it is pi. I learned that recently. I've always been telling people, it's just pi.ai, but it's, which is true, but you say it like pi. Anyway, I've heard Claude, my partner who is a copywriter, thinks Claude sounds the most like humans. So give it a whirl. So what AI is going to spit back out to you is a couple of multiple choice questions that then you can edit and determine what makes most sense for you. It also might suggest that you include a question about the format of content you're creating, meaning it wants to ask your audience what type of medium or form of content they want to see from you, such as short form content, guides, carousels, whatever. I think that's something you should include. I think that's incredible. But essentially with this list, you'll walk away with information you can use to inform your content strategy moving forward and send it to people in your community. Don't forget, I have that PDF for you linked in the show notes so you don't have to remember all of this, especially if you're driving. Don't do this if you're driving. Okay, something a lot of creators often have: exciting new things to share, and we love that. We always are loving that. And it can kind of feel overwhelming at times to figure out the best way to share about new pieces of content you have, new guides, new anything really. And getting AI's perspective is a great way to do this. So if you have created a freebie or an offer or a new content series or something, and you want to share it with your email list specifically, I am going to share this prompt with you. Or maybe even you have new content coming up that you want to warm people up about. This could work. Something important to note If you haven't told your AI, whichever one you're using, about what you do and what you share content on, make sure to do that before typing in the prompt at all. So just to let it know, this is what I do and who I am, to give it context. It does best when it has context. So if you've already been logged in to an AI service or you've told this specific AI about what you do before, you won't need to tell it again. So here's the prompt. Again, I'm using my own hypothetical examples here, and you can insert your own specifics that makes sense for you. Here's the prompt. I am a travel creator who specializes in creating luxury travel content in South America. My target audience are women from 35 to 40 who are well traveled and value spending their money on experiences that are high quality. My target audience are women who expect to show up at a destination and have all the details of their trip sorted beforehand. I just created a new guide on how to plan a luxury vacation in Chile. It shows you where to find lists of some of the best hotels, restaurants, and activities in different regions of Chile. Write me an email announcing the new guide to my target audience. Highlight that it makes planning luxury simple and removes the overwhelm. Use a friendly, conversational, and exciting tone. Notice how in this one we told AI our target audience. So of course that's important to do in any AI prompt you use, but in this one, I think it's especially important because you are trying to get it to write to your target audience. So it's a good idea to tell AI who those people actually are in as much detail as possible. And to be fair, I went into a little bit of detail. You could go into a lot more detail depending on what it spits out to you. Most of the time with stuff we get from AI, it's a good first draft. So you can go in and add the bits that I might have missed and different things like that that you know are more important than what AI knows. But what you'll get is an email that is mostly there. And what I mean by this is you're going to have to go in and fine tune and make sure it uses words you would actually say. And it gets all of the little nitty gritty right about your new guide, your new offer, your new piece of content. I was impressed. It was a very incredible start. Even from the copy it gives you, you can use that information to share about your new guide on social media or repurpose that content into a blog post about your new offer or guide or things like that. The third prompt I have for you, and another creative way to use AI for social media in the travel space, is of course for captions, specifically for guides that you're sharing on social media. So I come across a ton of creators who create little mini travel guides on Instagram about, a myriad of destinations they've been to. So if you are a creator who often highlights the destinations you're visiting, you probably don't start from scratch every time. You probably have some sort of formula that you've noticed is either working for you historically or that you like to consume yourself. So of course it will save you so much time if you can create a simple caption template to use every time you share about a destination. That way you can plop in the destination specific information every time you're ready to create content about that specific location. This will also help you in the batching content department. Because if you have a big bank of places you visited and the information about them, meaning that once you have a template or a bank of places that you visited already, it will greatly speed up the content creation process, because then now we're playing a game of copy and paste, which is always a fun one, especially in content creation. Here is a prompt to use to help you get your next favorite guide template. Remember, if this is an AI chatbot that you have used before to talk to about your brand and your content, you probably don't need to remind it of who you are and what you do, but it never hurts to do so and give it more context. Let's get into it. I am a travel creator who specializes in creating content for van lifers. I'm a digital nomad, van dweller myself. I frequently share guide content about the destinations I've visited. Create for me an Instagram caption template I can use each time I share a destination. You can consider the caption a mini guide of that destination. Make it 300 words long and be sure to include the name of the destination, the top hike you can't miss in the area, a top-rated coffee shop, and the best time of year to visit. Fill out this template with the destination of Moab, Utah. Now, of course, I just plopped in there placeholders of things like top hike, top coffee, when to visit, But you can decide for yourself what feels most important for you to share about each time you want to talk about a destination. Or maybe you can put this information into the template and then you read it and you're like, oh, cool. So I always share about these 3 standard categories, but there's one more, like this place had an exceptional XYZ thing that I need to include. Go ahead and do it there. But AI will populate this for you of what it thinks is the best hike, coffee, etc. But of course, you can fill it out with your own notes. The point really here is to be given structure you can use each time. And then you can go and test this caption template on your content. Like, let's say you were going to do a guide on 3 different destinations. Make a reel that is this exact same structure, everything, same visual hook, same audio hook, all the things of the different destinations, and try to find destinations that are of equal popularity, meaning like Moab, Utah, and like Grand Canyon or something, instead of doing like Moab, Utah, which is highly visited, and then doing like some random ass place, you know? Anyway, create 3 different pieces of content and share them all with the same caption template and see how it goes. And then you can learn from that and see, like, what do I need to change? What worked well? What do I not like? What are people responding to? What are they not? Now, the last AI prompt I have for you is to help you find SEO keywords. I know SEO can be intimidating, and no, I don't think that any generic AI chatbot can replace the work of a real SEO expert, but you can use these generic AI chatbots to learn more about what keywords would be good to include in your upcoming content. It doesn't hurt to do this. It literally takes 30 seconds, maybe, and it can greatly help you. It's the type of thing that it's not going to harm you, but it will help you. It's kind of like vitamins, you know? The FDA says shoulder shrug, but they're not really harming you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. That's a rant for a different podcast. But here's the prompt. I am a digital nomad who travels slowly through countries in Southeast Asia. I want you to help me determine SEO keywords I can use on my website and in my social media content. My target audience on social media are 20 to 30-year-old females who work remotely and travel full-time. They are interested in learning more about traveling in Southeast Asia and finding the best places to visit that are remote worker friendly. These women appreciate traveling slow and enjoy taking their time to really get to know where they are visiting. Here are the relevant topics related to the content I share: slow travel, digital nomad work, solo female travel, budget-friendly Southeast Asia travel. Here are relevant phrases my target audience might be searching for on social media and Google: digital nomad Southeast Asia, best places to work remotely in Southeast Asia, best cities for digital nomads in Southeast Asia, best cities for solo female travelers in Southeast Asia. Generate a list of keywords I can use for social media and my website based off this information. Whew, that was a mouthful, literally. But that is a good starting point for all of these different SEO keywords you can be experimenting with. I encourage you, if you're going to use these prompts, to refresh them every few months. There's nothing better than testing things and then looking at the data and seeing what worked and what didn't. Also, maybe try and ask different AI chatbots the same questions, insert the same prompts, just to see what response you get. Is there any crossover? Maybe that can help you get a true picture of what might work for you and your content. And don't forget to grab the typed out prompt list I have in the show notes for you so you can stay ahead of the game and use AI to transform your content. Let me know if you want more AI prompts for travel creators by sending me a message on Instagram. I love hearing from you all. It makes my day every single time. I can't even believe it. You can find me there at Travel Content Writing. I would love nothing more than to hear from you. And now, introducing a new little section of the podcast, I would love to shout out my fellow creator and friend, Jenna from Thoughtful Travels. Jenna has launched the Creator Growth Toolkit, and this is a guide that goes over ways to grow your following, about posting what the heck brings you joy, and creating an engaged community. She helps you dig deep in understanding your purpose, understanding your ideal audience. You can speak directly to them. And then with all of that information, she helps you optimize your profile so you can actually attract aligned followers. Sounds incredible. If you want to grow on Instagram and you're kind of feeling stuck, I would head over to Jenna's page, thoughtful mentor underscore, and you can check out all her awesome content. She is one of my favorite follows. I do love seeing what she has. To get on her waitlist for her upcoming travel creator toolkit. And if you are a creator who is working on something awesome, let me know. I would love to shout you out on the podcast. Happy creating, friends. I'll see you next week. Feel free to make a blooper of any of this. I sound like a fucking, like, what? I sound like Abby Lee Miller. For real. For real. This is because I'm doing it too late at night. And it's not. The vocal fry comes out when I'm tired and I can't get rid of it. Am I Princess and the Frog? Okay, wait. What if I like talk higher? Would that be weird now? Let me try again. Marie, what do I do? Oh my God, I'm so close to finishing this episode too. Why do I sound like this? Is so crazy. This is so funny and embarrassing. Whatever. Okay, I think we're back. Oh, we're back. She's back. Just need a little timeout. Fine. Oh, let me try this again.